Hey, it's Bob Nagin, and in this episode of Real Retail TV, we're going to talk about kissing frogs. Kissing frogs. It is a great metaphor for the need to move on from people, situations, product, services that don't work. So I learned this metaphor, this model, from my friends Jim and Audrey Langford. And Jim and Audrey were in a mastermind that we were in, and we were having lunch one day, and they were talking about finding a new writer, copywriter for their business. You see, both Jim and Audrey were great writers, but their business had grown to the place where they no longer could do all of the writing themselves. So they had to go out and find a new writer for their business. When we were talking about the process, the thing that struck me and the thing that I'm sharing with you now is they said we had to kiss a lot of frogs to find our prince. And this metaphor, kissing a frog to find a prince or a princess, comes from an ancient German fairy tale that was recorded by the Grimm brothers. And in the fairy tale, the spoiled princess had to kiss a frog to turn the cursed prince, who was in the body of a frog, back into a prince. And that is the metaphor that has sort of grown into this idea that you have to keep trying if you don't find your prince. And let me give you an example of this in action. Here at Whizbang Retail Training, over the last 20 years, we have probably been through 6 different accountants. And every time accountant doesn't work out, Susan and I look at each other and say, time to kiss another frog, meaning we have to try someone else. And we kissed all of these frogs, and finally the frog that we kissed, our current accountant, turned into a prince, or in this case, a princess. But the point is you keep trying. You see, the tendency, at least for us, before I had conceptualized it as kissing frogs, was if something didn't work out, I would just get very, very frustrated. Now that I understand this idea of kissing frogs, rather than get frustrated, we now become proactive about kissing another frog. The frustration has turned into a proactive stance. And so it's not just people. It's not just your accountant, your lawyer, maybe your manager, maybe an employee on the floor. So it's not just people who are in your business or your life. It could also be things like programs, products, services. You may buy a product that you think is going to help you grow your business, but it doesn't. That doesn't mean that you don't need the information that you set out to acquire. What it means is you need to kiss another frog. And that is how I'm asking you to look at progress in your business and your life. When something doesn't work out, don't be mad. Don't be frustrated. Stop. Recognize that that didn't work, and just tell yourself it's time to kiss another frog. So I hope that you found that helpful. That piece of advice, that term that came to me 20 years ago has certainly served me well. So I want to tell you about something that if you kiss this frog, it will turn into a prince, and that is registering for the Virtual Retail Success Summit. I guarantee you that if you show up at the summit, you will not kiss a frog who will stay a frog, that you will kiss a frog that will turn into your prince or your princess. I guarantee that you will have an absolutely amazing experience that will help you build your business and help you create a better life.